Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. Thank you so much for finding time once again. Karibuni sana. If you are a new subscriber, do subscribe, like and share this video. So today I want to take you through I can say why you have a good bale and you're not selling. So there are so many things that actually happen when you take a bale. It's not just opening. Don't focus so much on opening bales and you maybe stay away from what will happen after you've opened that bale. So that is what I want to take you through today, because I think I have had some few issues some of you have been asking. Because let me tell you, apart from YouTube, I get a lot of questions on WhatsApp and normal messages. So I feel that sometimes they ask that question and I get to see how many of you really suffer in that area. So I want to also maybe outline some few areas that maybe you can be going wrong, so that you guys can rectify. I usually tell you guys, Mtumba iko na pesa. With the 6-7 years I've been here, I've seen the fruits of Mtumba, and I can say I cannot even think of doing another business rather than Mtumba. So without many remarks, let us get into the video. So I have a notebook here. I'll be looking here as I tell you whatever I've written down. So why do you have a good bale and not making sales or profit? Actually profit. So you find most of you, for example, you are starting the Mtumba business, then you come directly on maybe YouTube or maybe Facebook. So you start searching about bales, how they come out. That is a good thing, because I usually tell you guys, do your research first before you buy your bale. That is the good thing you should do first. So after doing your research, you have seen, for example, you've seen V's opens good bales, such things, and you are like, how am I going to maybe get the same bale? Maybe you manage and get a very good bale, hata kushinda ile yenye nimefungua. Then after that, maybe you have taken your survey, you've known how your area is. So maybe, for example, I'll use a bale like, maybe let's say Blazers. They have come out so well, but you see, you did your research, but you do not see the market area. Where are you, I can say, where are you located? Your market area maybe requires youths, and you've taken the ladies, or maybe you've taken the I can say the adults, let me just say adults, the grown-up ladies, and you end up you having a good bale, but you have the wrong market area or market people. So if you're that type of a person, please know whether you're going to sell to youths, or maybe you're going to sell kids, or maybe you're going to sell to the men, the older men or the older women, so that when you get a bale, usizubai nayo. That is why some of you have very good bales. When I send you those bales, you give the feedback, the bale is so good, and when I'm checking in on you and I'm asking, it has been like 2 weeks, it has been like 1 week, why have you not taken another bale? So you'll be like, oh, watu wanunui. Then I'll quickly ask you, hiyo surrounding iko na watu aina gani? Then you tell me umechukua bale ya ladies, and your target, your market area has youths. So that is where some of you go wrong. So please make sure you know the market area. Who are you selling to? Who are your clients? Such things should matter when you're taking a bale. Then the area price. That is where I think most of you also go wrong. Now you have maybe those people who call, Ivy, I need the most expensive bale that you have, because I know expensive bales are good. So first of all, not the expensive bales, si ati hizo ndo mzuri peke yake. You can even find a bale like Bomba Jackets, which is 10,000 shillings and has very good pieces. So the difference between the person that you're going to take, or maybe the person who takes the bale, like for example 35,000 or maybe 40k, and the person who takes 10,000, this person who was taking the 10k bale will recover the capital earlier than you. So you'll still be struggling to recover the 40,000 that you bought the bale before you even start taking profits, or maybe gathering your profits together. So you take an expensive bale, and let's say, for example, a bale like let's say Samalite, that is for kids. You take a bale of 19,000, or maybe the Canadian one 24k, and your area requires things like 100 bob, 150, so it's going to be challenging, because when you get a bale like Samalite, yes, every piece there has its price, because it ranges from 50 to around 400 shillings. In real sense, this is how it ranges. For example, when you find boxers, you're going to sell at 50 shillings. When you find vests, you're going to sell at 50 shillings. When you find t-shirts, right now, because of the economy, please move to 100 to 150. When you find shorts, very good shorts for the boys, 250, 200. When you find trousers, jeans, 300. So you find maybe your area, yeah, they're going to buy the cheaper ones like the 150 and the 50. What about the shorts that you get, or the trousers? So you find in a Samalite bale, you'll remain with that with those pieces that you're selling at 300 to 400, because these people require zile za 50-50 ama mia. So the area price matters a lot. So if you know the area price, you'll know the right bale to go for. For example, some of you are maybe venturing mostly in open air markets, which is a good thing, because I say soko haikosangi pesa. But remember also the bales that you take there. There are people who open even bales for around 22k and noko soko, wengine hata 30, because they have already identified the market price. And remember, open air markets, kuna wale pia tu wako tu wale clients wako na wale clients wao. So there are people who know when they open, my clients will come, so they don't have an issue. But if you're that person you're still struggling to find your niche, or maybe you're still struggling to find your market area or your area price, please go for the lower priced bales. So I've said the market area and the area price. Look upon those things, because they matter a lot. Because if your area price is lower and you're taking a bale which is expensive, how are you going to recover your capital and get your profit? Then for those people who have shops, uko na duka, you call me, Ivy, I'm looking for a shop. I want my shop to be like this. I want to do this. Where do you know I can get this? So you have a budget for a shop. Very good. That is a good step. But you are going for a higher priced shop. Remember, Mtumba, if you really want to put a structure in maybe Mtumba in a shop, it should have I can say bales that can give back to pay that rent. So for example, you are going for a bale of maybe, let's say, 10,000 Kenyan shillings. You don't expect somebody to buy, for example, let's say your shop is situated in like something like a plaza. Like for example, here you have Yes Plaza, Ambore Plaza, such things. So approximately there may be paying rent around 10,000 to 15k. So we expect you, when you're taking a bale, you take a bale which will give you back that, pay the rent and give you profits also, and buy another bale. So we don't expect you to go for these lower priced bales. You get. For example, you can be dealing with ladies. Take mixed dresses, 22,000. You'll find yourself there, you're selling one dress at around 800 or 1,000, because there are things that also attract people in that type of an environment. That's why I'm saying you cannot go for bales which are like, for example, the bale called the dress. That is not a good bale. I can say that is not a good bale to put in a shop, because when you put a shop, we expect even if you give me a price of 1,000 Kenyan shillings, I'm going to buy that dress, because of where you're situated. So also look upon the bales that you take when you are your strategic place is in a shop. Then some of you, I think I've said, some of you choose higher bales where you're not supposed to sell the high bales, or some of you also take the lower bales where you're not supposed to sell the lower bales. So I think you understand. Unauza nguo zile cheap zenye hazi attract watu kwa maybe hizi big shops, and you're selling the higher bales kwa zile shops zenye watu wanataka vitu za mia. So I think that from there you can understand. Then what actually makes us not to make profits when you have a good bale? Wrong pricing. And where does wrong pricing come in? When you put friendship in, I say hata utoe 50 bob, sijui nasikianga huko anauza hii, mbona unauza expensive? That is where we go wrong. So wrong pricing makes us not to take any profits from a bale. So if you're that type of a person and you know you cannot stand firm with your prices, please, 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 Mtumba is not for you, because every time you're going to put in money, you're not going to get anything from it. So if you're that type of a person, please make sure you know that this is what you want to do, and stay firm. Stay firm with your price list. Let me tell you, when somebody wants to buy, they will buy. Whether you're selling at 1,000, whether you're selling at 200, they will buy. But whenever you give in to your customers when they complain, and you're going, that is the price that is going to recover your capital, please, 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 you're going to make losses. You're not going to make any profits. So that is something also that makes us to have, you have a good bale, but you're not making any profits. So you find every time you chip in, let me tell you, there are those times, there are those days in business that you have to go deep to your pockets, even if you're not getting any profits, especially when the business is starting. But when you have stayed 1 year in a business, we expect you to start having profits or enjoying profits from that business. Then the last thing, laziness. I'm telling you, most of you have very good, I can say, words when you're starting. Ivy, I just want you to coach me. I want a good bale. Help me to price. Help me to know my clients. All this I'll do. I'm very good at explaining. I am very good at giving advices. But the biggest part is on you. Are you going to be hardworking? Are you going to push yourself? Are you going to be a lazy person? Because being lazy is also a choice. If you make a choice to be lazy, you're going to be lazy. Because I'm telling you, there are sometimes, obviously, even for me, I reach different times at my shop, but there are times I have to wake up early because I know I have to get this done. I have to send this, because I also have clients who really depend on me. So if you're going to be a lazy person, for example, even for me, in my channel that you're watching right now, sometimes I'm so overwhelmed with work. I have to also sit down, see my YouTube schedule. What am I going to talk about next? What am I going to open next for you guys to understand how bales come out? So if I am that type of a lazy person, I will not have right now we have around 300 and something videos. It takes time. And let me tell you, sometimes you have to have content to even explain to your viewers. So if you're going to be a lazy person, please, you're going to make losses each and every time. And I believe there's nobody who wants to waste money. Time is money, and money is time. So if you rotate all those things and maybe sit down, ujiteka mkutano, and you see this is what is happening to you, please, if you are maybe in a high cost shop, please look for a cheaper one so that you can save a little bit. Then if you're getting the higher bales na ni mahali wanataka vitu cheaper, please go for the lower bales. And sometimes also you can just maybe in the future try and also introduce some some few things that are quite I can say slightly higher than the bales that you are used to, so that you don't open high priced bales all the time. Sometimes also we are talking about risk taking in Mtumba business. So if you're not a risk taker, you're not going to make anything out of Mtumba, or you're not going to get anything out of Mtumba. So guys, thank you so much. And everyone who is in Mtumba business, whether in the open air market, whether in your shop, whether you're selling online, please, 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 today is a Sunday. I'm doing this video on a Sunday. Please make sure you give 10% to God. It is most important in our business. Let me tell you, tithing or tithe, whenever you pay your tithe, don't feel like you're being pushed. This tithe has a meaning in our business, in our lives. Let me tell you, do you know how many battles that God fights for you when you don't even see? You're not even seen. There's so many battles, because let me tell you, I was saying, when you are succeeding, when you are having your wins, your small goals, your small wins that you're making it in life, you are creating I can say you're creating enemies that you don't even know, and some of them, they are your friends. So there's so many things that the tithe or the tithing really protects us. And let me tell you, when you even go back to the Bible, God tells us when you give, you have that, I can say, you have that capability, or you're given that mandate, or maybe you're given that leeway You can ask God, Lord, I have given, I have tithe, I always tithe. Ask a favor. It's like you're asking a favor because you have tithe. So you have that. I can say hauna hiyo ati kizuizi hawezi itisha Mungu favor. So please make sure you guys tithe. Tithing is the most important thing. You can be doing all these things that I'm saying. You can be maybe avoiding all the mistakes that I've been talking about. But above all, if you don't recognize God in everything that you do, my friends, my viewers, my customers, I'm telling you, it's all going to be vanity. And you don't want that. There's nobody who wants shame. There's nobody who wants to dwell in poverty. We all want to see ourselves a step higher every time. Each year, our goals increasing slowly and slowly. So if you're that type of a person, you have never tithed and your business is struggling, what are you waiting for? I'm telling you from experience, because for me, I tithe. And no matter how much I've sold, I'm going to tithe. And whenever you have not sold, because there are those days, whenever you don't sell anything, God sees enyewe haujauza. So you don't expect you also ujistrain. So I can say give willingly the 10% that God deserves. And maybe you'll be asking yourself, what is the 10%? 10%, for example, if you've sold maybe let's say 1,000, we expect you to give, just do the math. 10%, 100% times 10 over 1,000. That is what you're supposed to give God. Thank you so much, guys. Keep on subscribing. I will see you on the next video.